property taxes, and much more. Here's more from our visit with Nebraska Farm Bureau President Steve Nelson. Here at the Nebraska Farm Bureau Convention with Steve Nelson. He's actually from Maxtell, not too far down the road from the TV station. I had to come to La Vista to see him. Property taxes, clearly that's the #1 issue for Nebraska Farm Bureau, right?
That's right. We've not really made a lot of progress, and so 2016 legislative session will certainly be a year where property tax will be a priority for us.
Let's talk a little bit broader. Nebraska Farm Bureau, you talked about today. Membership levels continue to rise, especially from the young people with Collegiate Farm Bureau. What do you think that speaks to, that you're seeing some of that growth?
Well, we have a lot of great things to talk about at Nebraska Farm Bureau. We've got a number of programs that are working very well to build leadership, and we're working with FFA and 4-H. We have our own Young Farmers and Ranchers program. We have a leadership academy. We have lots and lots of things that we're doing to help build leaders and build leadership ability. We've also, because of the good times that we've had in agriculture in recent years, we've had a pretty strong influx of new young people into agriculture, and that also is a great opportunity for the organization and for agriculture in general to have access to that youth. The youth are our future, and I'm really excited about the opportunities not only for young people in agriculture in Nebraska, but also being involved in Farm Bureau.
Regulatory things, that continues to be a challenge. The EPA seems like it's always coming up with something.
Well, it's an ongoing struggle, and you know, the fact that we deal with more and more regulation every day that goes by is certainly seems to be the world we live in. But we continue to work very hard to address and attack some of those things that happen. The Waters of the U.S. rule is an example where we're an agency of the federal government, where the EPA has gone well beyond the authority that Congress intended them to have, and is trying to propagate rules onto producers and other people that do things on the land that are not what was intended. Extreme animal rights activists continue to look for ways to get a foothold in our state.
Between activist groups and then people who are just frankly uninformed and don't understand modern agriculture, Nebraska Farm Bureau wants to make sure the voice of farmers are heard on those things.
A larger and larger proportion of our population is further and further from being connected to the farm and ranch. It's the fact it's the reality of what we're talking about. So we have people that are 1, 2, 3 generations from the farm. It's not their fault that they don't understand what happens on farms and ranches. It's really our responsibility as farmers and ranchers and as the state's largest farm organization to help consumers, to help the general public understand what happens on our farms and ranches.
Weather is up next.